Not the worst placement ever for someone who doesn't actually play solo. And at the same time, the factory starport I was going to use for Banshees, I'm using for Vikings now. In Vikings, where they do not do well versus mutas, they do extremely well when you have air turrets on the ground. You can abuse your range to smoke them, and then just retreat back to your air turrets. So as long as you're on the defense, Vikings kill mutalisks pretty bad, in combination with air turrets. Anytime he comes close to poking his head in, just smoke him. So it looks like the Zerg is just kind of clearing up what he can find. My partner is building up his base again. And now that I see the mutalisks are way up here and out of position, I'm like, okay, this is my chance to go smoke some overlords. I mean, his mutalisks are way out of position. They come over here, and they're going to kill off all these SCVs, I believe. And the one air turret. This one's going to live. At the same time, back a bit here. So at the same time, my 7 Vikings come in. See what they can do here. Kill off one overlord. And another overlord. Obviously I want to land right here where I can intercept them, but these things are so damn slow to land. I got one drone, it's better than nothing. And I'm going to kill off this hatchery as well. Oh, poor broodlings. You have a lifespan of like 5 seconds, you don't even get to do anything. So my partner's spamming all over the map about the mutalisks. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get the hell out of here, because Vikings can't kill mutalisks. What he didn't tell me is that air turrets actually knocked them down to a putrid 5 with 2 of them heavily injured. I could have killed that by myself. 7 Vikings can kill that. And you can still kite them a little bit. Obviously you can't kite them to a point where you're stopping their damage, but you can kind of force them to have to fly here and there. Like that, just like pot shot, move back. They're faster than Vikings, but you can use to lessen their attack rate by doing that. And my partner spotted Hydralisks, I believe. That's not good. Not versus Vikings, anyways. So I am sending my Vikings to kill some more overlords. Unfortunately, his probe passed over top, and now he's sending all his mutalisks back. That sucks. So I was only able to kill off one overlord at the cost of one Viking. Going back to defend, I'm like, well, you know what, the best defense is probably a good offense here. See if I can force him back to defend. Really massacring a supply here. We just got a new one that came out. It's 65 of 26. My partner was forced to float, although he never actually got attacked. The Hydralisk just kind of fainted and then went back to defend. Jeez, only Zerg, huh? He's already spawned out all his overlords. I supply cap him by 45 and he's already back in the game. I'm attempting to expand and throwing down a bunch of barracks. It only occurs to me now, I was like, hey, you know what? I know how to play Starcraft too. I can definitely know how to beat Zerg. So I just switched it up back to my regular Marines and Medevacs. And no need for Marauders, as I'm only against the Hydralisks, and Marauders suck versus Hydras, or Marines do quite well versus them. And throwing down 1 tech lab and 2 reactors. And I'm going to be able to make 7 Marines at a time and just 1 tech lab to get stim and combat shield. Looks like my remaining 2 Vikings are just kind of on a mass patrol. You know, it's starting to actually look a little familiar, like 1v1 style. Mass patrolling Vikings, it's going all over the map, getting my medevacs out, getting a bunch of barracks, expanding. I had a lot of minerals, so I just double expanded, but since I'm doing all orbitals, I'm still going to have tons of minerals. I should throw down some more barracks. Should, but won't. That's unfortunate. That is a lot of Balings. I have no clue there's even Balings on the map. All I know is there's Hydras. I'm like, ooh, Hydras. I'll just get mass Marines. Yeah, that's going to work for Swell versus Balings. So here's the attack. I see the Balings. I try to do a little focus fire on them. Try to split up my units a bit. But yeah, you can only do so much when there's Balings there. Probably the best thing I could have done there is just retreat. Get my medevacs alive though. That's always useful. So now this Tech Lab barracks I was only using for upgrades, is now going to start pumping out Marauders. And I'm even switching one of my barracks to a Marauder barracks. This way I get more Marauders on the field. All I do is just pull back the Marines when the Balings come in, let the Marauders soak up the hits, and then move my Marines back into the battle. And at that point it'll just mostly be Marines versus Hydras, which is pretty good for me. Protoss is getting back into the game a little bit. It looks like he got an economy going, but at the same time, my partner is back in the game as well. He's got an orbital. He's got 7 Marines in the bunkers, and SCV counts slowly but surely getting up there. Chrono Boost is definitely helping with the probe count, but, you know, my partner's got the mules. But more or less, we're going to be ignoring those 2 players. They don't have much to do in this game. Same time, I got pretty good economy on the go. 1800, that's pretty sweet. Blue has transferred everything he has over here. Wow, that's a lot. That's oversaturated to say the least. He actually has the most harvesters, but he only has 1 base where I've got 3. Sending out my factory on a patrol between 2 bases. You can actually see that die. Oh well. So I'm deciding to move out, and I'm pinging on this base. We know the expansion's there, so I'm like, you know, I'm going to take on his main force. You just send what you have and take out that expansion. As it turns out, this is the prime target, actually, with all those drones. Oh, bad timing on moving out all those, let me say something colonies. Spore crawlers. Spine crawlers. There we go. But even if you had them set up, I'm pretty sure I had the right composition and a big enough army to destroy that. Only 1 doing upgrades. I built the 2nd engineering bay. Forgot to use them. However, at the same time, it looks like I've lost all my SCVs, more or less, thanks to Red getting back in the game. I can return that. Again, you want to be up here to block him, and then when he does that, ooh, I'm going to cut you off. And I set up a nice little wall using this ramp as part of the wall. And not a single probe makes it alive. Yeah, so you kill 15 of my SCVs, I'm killing 25 of yours. And at the same time, I don't see any drones. So I think my partner did a pretty good job at destroying this base. Sweet. Yeah, we got 1 harvester for each of our opponents. I guess I'll just run out this video, but spoiler alert, I win the game. Looks like I sent in some units to finish off the remainder of those zealots. Nice thing about having 3 orbitals is you can do things like this. It's funny how my partner's actually the only one mining right now. 120, 360, 720. Nice. And I know his main base has got to be dry, so I'm basically just moving around looking for expansions. Looks like my partner was actually scouting with the barracks. That's pretty good. And yeah. Realizing he has no expansion, so he must be dead broke, and of course he is dead broke. No mineral intake for either guy, and that is GG. So this is the Fortress Hellion Rush that shockingly is actually working well. And yeah, usually when we Fortress Rush, that's just our losses, because we get the automatic wins with the double Marine Rush, and then just screw ourselves over with Fortress Rushing, because that was just a lot of fun. But now we're actually turning Fortress Rushing into wins, so hey, even our stupid strategy's working out. But yeah, with that said, we'll end this video here, and thanks everyone. Goodbye.